And now it's in the newspaper, so my mom can't get me for
I
saying my
think
name.
she started the episode on it.
I just started it as soon as you said newspaper. What are we talking about? What's going on?
You found a new paper.
Our paper.
paper.
We're
Ooh.
in the local paper.
Newspaper.
Newspaper.
Not just any old paper.
Well, we're in the local paper.
So, greetings to all of our guests from the newspaper.
yeah, thank
Yeah.
you for joining.
We had
our,
a little
people.
interview a few weeks back, and we have
Almost a
it's-
month ago now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a month. Our article's really big. In the
Yes,
newspaper.
and
Yeah.
I don't know, because Austin just got it, and I don't know if I've seen it, but I read the entire thing, and it is very
Jeez,
nice.
You've read
Yeah.
the entire thing?
It is very cool
I
and like
haven't even seen it.
respectful
I've-
and sweet,
Yeah.
and I think that it will really boost our ratings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the first time I've seen it in actual paper was when Austin showed it to me.
What do you mean?
Like in actual in person. Was
Oh,
when Austin
the
showed it.
picture of your face?
Yeah, and just everything.
Well, I showed. Well, he was ordering his drink, and I'd already sat down after ordering mine, and I forgot, and I like ran over there and like squeezed past him and grabbed it. I was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Like, hey, this is
And then
us, by the way.
the lady
I'm
behind
like,
the counter
I'm
was
just sitting there.
Like she was like, "Oh, that's so cool." She was like really
You
interested.
paid
s-
for it, right?
No, well, I got mine yesterday because
Oh.
my parents are subscribed.
He no,
Okay.
he literally I'm like in the middle of like paying for the stuff, and you're just like, hey, this is me and him.
wasn't that
And then another
obnoxious.
friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't you make me have to be this like I don't know how to be social. I do.
Well, I was
not an
just
nincompoop.
saying it as in like
When I
what
use
you
that
basically
word.
did. You're like, hey, this is us, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it is us.
we record in there.
Yeah. So go ahead, read the local newspaper. We're famous
Yes.
now. We've done it.
Yes.
That's the end of our career.
Yep. That was what we were
We're
going
no,
for.
First our peak.
we're actually
Uh-huh.
no longer uploading videos ever again.
Oh, we're only gonna do audio. Like what?
I wonder if
No. I mean, we're not doing anything ever
Oh,
again.
Do
geez.
they
There's no
have
more
like a
episodes.
digital newspaper? Because like how many people?
We
read
do,
the
yeah.
newspaper?
That's where
Okay.
my dad saw it
Hopefully,
because
hopefully we can get to 100 subscribers. from
Yeah, we're
this.
like,
Very
we're
true.
so close.
I know.
We're two off.
It's unbearable.
We are two
Come on,
off.
Just
guys.
make alternate
what are you
accounts,
doing?
like,
I know there's some listeners out there that haven't subscribed.
I know you ain't subscribed.
Yeah,
It's pathetic.
it's disappointing.
Okay, don't say all that. And then they won't
Maybe one
subscribe
of
at
those
all.
YouTubers who's like, look at our analytics. It says that like the purple bars.
Yeah. So what's our small talk?
Well, I'm gonna save mine for the end, but
Oh, for the end of the episode?
for the end of this small talk session.
Also, I still
Okay.
have my cough. It's not as bad as it was before, so it shouldn't be.
Dang,
like-
dude, it's kicking your butt.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't like be as interruptive as it was last time.
Okay.
But it'll still be there at some point.
you guys on winter break yet? What's going on with that?
Oh yeah.
Well,
I mean, we just started like.
yeah, like the 2
not
hours
we
ago it
started,
started.
an hour, not even an hour ago yet.
So you are now
Yeah.
on winter break. Cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's on winter break. Nice.
Well, some people.
We got some hangouts coming up.
oh yeah.
We do, yeah.
Harry Potter is the big one, which I was just on Hunter. I was a little bit like, meh. I guess it'd be kind of cool, fun to hang out with them. But I mean, I've seen it a million times. But the closer I get, I'm like, wait a minute.
You're
Austin
also
doesn't
forgetting
know.
Austin has never
Yeah.
seen.
Austin doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't know a single thing.
And-
about
The,
this.
the most I've seen is the first movie, like, because they would play it during school sometimes, and I wouldn't really pay attention, but I would catch
And
bits
the
and
the first
pieces.
movie is
Yeah.
probably my least favorite. It's like
Yeah.
because it's very
well.
slow.
It's just
Yeah.
to be fair, it's mostly just introducing
Right.
the whole point.
This series might even have more twists and turns than like Ace Attorney or like
Really?
it goes all over the place.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff happens.
and there's a lot of characters, but they're all very likable. Like it's really good.
even
and I think you're gonna
they even
enjoy
made
it.
Voldemort likable.
We're gonna go on a journey together again.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That's exciting. What else?
I have a little bit of a recent rec. I kind of talked about it, mentioned it before we started recording,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm kind of uneducated with it, but I'm fairly certain
He's
that I'm
watched
going
one
to
episode.
really like it
Mm-hmm.
because I've only watched one episode of the show. It's called Arcane.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
It
Is that an
was-
anime?
No,
Sounds
it's
like it would
it's
be.
animated, but it's not an anime.
It's based off of League of
Um,
Legends.
Yeah, so
cool.
it was nominated for best adaptation this year. It didn't win.
Oh, so is that why
but-
you're watching it?
Yeah, well, I've been meaning to for a while just because the second season just came out and everyone's always talking about how good it is. Both
I-
seasons have 100% on
I thought
Rotten
I
Wow,
heard.
that's-
I thought I heard
that
people
happens so
talking crap
rarely.
about
Yeah.
season 2.
Tomatoes. Yeah.
That's
so,
cool. That's really good.
But it's really good so far. The production is just insane.
Mhm.
Just everything about it. The story is really intriguing
neat.
so far. The music's great. Everything about it's just really good.
The coolest thing to come out
hopefully
of
you
League of Legends.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. I'm having
Yeah.
some distress.
But yeah, that's my little.
I
recent
have
rec.
a recent rec. I talked about it a little bit. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or not, but there's an indie game I've been waiting for to come out that finally released called Anton Blast, which is a lot of people can compare it to Pizza Tower, and it is there's a lot of similarities, but
Yeah.
it is I expected it to be more like Pizza Tower. It is very much its own thing. It's not as like fast and crazy, but it is inspired by the same game, so they're gonna have some similarities.
Yeah.
And it's really, really good. I don't like it as much as Pizza Tower. It's not as much my vibe, but I did finish the game, and I thought it was really good. The music is really good. The boss fights are really good. The levels are good. My only complaint is that it was probably too short, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people contributed, and it has a lot of like Wario, Crash Bandicoot is a big one, like especially like
They're in the game?
No, like the inspiration,
Oh,
like the
okay.
Yeah.
music is very
No, yeah, they
reminiscent of
added
Crash
them to the
Bandicoot,
game.
and like
Yeah.
you're like smashing crates and stuff. They all-
Wario and Crash Bandicoot in the same game would be crazy.
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fun.
what a duo that
Yeah.
would be. They'll have he has like 91 alternate skins that you can get for him and Anton in the game, and there's a second character you can play as, and they have 91, and they're all like not all of them, but a lot of them are references.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them is called Contract Collector, and you look like Cuphead, and there's a
Oh,
Wario one.
that's cool.
I think there might be a Crash Bandicoot one in there somewhere. So it's very cool. It's really good. I recommend anyone who enjoys fast-paced 2D platformers or like Crash Bandicoot or any of those kinds of games.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah. What about you, Hunter? Anything going on in your
I
life?
don't really have much like recent recs in terms, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have a recent on rec,
What are you talking
What
about?
does that mean?
like an on recommendation, like do not do this.
Oh. Ooh.
The Fortnite Skibbity Toilet stuff.
Don't do it.
I do not recommend it because it's
Avoid.
cringe.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Yeah.
I
Do they sing
hate
the
it
song?
so much. Huh? No, they have the back. They have a back bling and the skin.
I don't know what either. I know what skin means. I
The
don't know what
the
bling
back
means.
bling is like a backpack or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the skib. It's like the actual Skibbity Toilet, right? And then the skin
You
is
wear
a,
on your back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like-
and then the
Yeah,
skin,
yeah,
and
no,
then the
literally,
skin
that's what it does.
is like
Weird.
a cameraman from the whatever, like
Yeah.
from Skibbity Toilet or whatever. I do not recommend that at all.
I-
So if you buy Skibbity Toilet in Fortnite, consider yourself me not liking you because
Okay.
If you had
it's
told
stupid
me-
and dumb.
If you had told me at the beginning of this podcast that eventually we were going to talk about Fortnite Skibbity Toilet, I would probably not do this podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why it's called a recent on
been
rec
avoiding these
because
topics.
it's on recommended.
I've watched more of that than I'm willing to admit. Well, I guess I will. I
Okay. I only watched it because there's these YouTubers who are watching it.
Yeah.
And then I actually like the YouTubers. And it was just weird to see it, but
I
it was
watched
funny
it-
because they actually made it funny to watch.
I
That
didn't
was
watch
like
the whole
only
thing.
reason.
I watched like 10 episodes, kind of ironically, because I was just so curious. Like, what is the deal with this?
Yeah.
It's weird. Is it
Yeah.
still going?
I think so. Yeah, there's like toys at like Target.
Oh,
and
I'm
stuff.
sure.
Yeah, all kinds
That's so
of.
strange.
Yeah.
And you just know that like the next generation is going to be like even weirder, and eventually it's going to just be, they're going to be interested in like just the most insane thing that none of us can even
Yeah.
comprehend.
Yeah, I'm worried.
Or maybe the next generation will be like insanely smart, like they'll love like
Okay.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No
whoa.
cringe.
And
No
completely
brain rot.
and a left field.
Yeah.
I have probably the biggest news I've ever had on this podcast, at least
Whoa.
to me personally.
Okay.
And
So nothing I should be excited
well,
for.
it is something you
Okay.
guys be
No, just
excited for.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
But this is
We should not be excited at all
Yeah.
for this.
This is now you might not like me saying this, but this is probably the greatest thing that has ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This podcast is a close second.
You don't have any gratefulness towards us. I understand.
No, I
He
do.
hates.
Listen,
He
I
absolutely
I
hates
do.
us.
But this thing. So our high school is doing one of my personal favorite stories of all time that I grew up with, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
And for 3 months, I went to vocal lessons and I committed and I worked very, very hard and I landed the role of Willy
Yeah.
Wonka. My
GGs.
dream role. I don't think there's any other character in any other media that I'd rather play. Like,
Yeah.
is the only one that I feel like I can be this passionate about. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I will say for you guys, you know the story of Charlie and the Chocolate
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Factory.
yeah.
This musical is like that story on steroids. It is
Really?
insanity.
Wow.
Like the musical numbers are so
I'm gonna
over the
see
top.
it. I'm gonna
yes,
go see it.
you will love it. It is
What-
so
when is
cool.
it? Is it-
Late March, so it's a
Okay.
weekend in March.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think it's the 20th is when it starts. I am so excited for this. Everyone is so excited for it. I'm probably gonna end up doing some like advertising for it on like around Barberton in like a top hat or something and taking pictures and getting people
yeah.
hyped for it. I don't know if I told you guys this also, but my brother was cast as Charlie.
Oh, really?
Yes, so we're like
Oh.
we're
Wow.
the top two.
That's cool.
Everyone, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are listening to this, but everyone who got their parts and everyone who's in it is so incredibly talented. We have such amazing singers and dancers and people who are so passionate. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Barberton show. I think Hunter has, but I don't know if you have.
I have. I went to
Sound and Music.
Sound of Music. Yeah.
And they are very good.
I've never gone to one.
And I'm saying that not even like objectively, not even just because I'm in them. Like they are so incredible. They're like very like people have said like as close as the Broadway you're gonna get locally.
Wow.
Like it's
When
really
is
good.
the Willy Wonka one?
Willy Wonka Wonka? What are you
Yeah,
talking
when
about?
is the Willy Wonka one?
I can't hear you. You're talking.
When is the Willy Wonka
Oh,
one?
it's like March 20th. I think is when it starts.
Ah.
And
I don't.
it's
I have
it's that
no
week.
idea how loud I'm speaking half the time.
Hey, it's weird.
My ear is still muffled, so whenever I speak, I don't know how loud I'm speaking.
But like again, like just about this, like my not my vocal teacher, my teacher, my choir teacher at school, who I'm very close with, she was like, Luke, we're gonna get you the best top hat and the best cane because she knows I love that stuff, and I
Yeah.
was like getting so excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is probably now. What this means though is that my rehearsals are gonna end up getting longer, so we're probably gonna have to record. Probably gonna start recording maybe around like 4:30, if
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
But then in March is gonna be really tough because the rehearsals go till 7 in March.
Ay,
Oh,
ay,
wow.
ay.
So yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we'll figure it out.
we
Well,
could my parents give us the suggestion of doing some backlogs during winter break, maybe like recording some
Right.
preemptive. So yeah,
yeah, we definitely could do that.
I think
Yeah.
we should because this is very
Just
important
some
to
like
me.
throwaway topics. Or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
you
maybe,
know?
yeah.
Just something because it needs to be something that isn't time sensitive.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah. So sorry, that is very exciting. It's going to be fantastic. Everybody should come see it. This is going to be sensational. I promise
Yeah.
you guys. And you guys also haven't really heard me sing yet, and
I haven't.
and I'm very tentative about like singing and stuff because I'm very like nervous. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a huge perfectionist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like which is something I often forget about myself. And even the lady Miss P, she was like, Luke, if you're gonna be a perfectionist and get in your own head about it, like I can't make you Willy Wonka. And I was like,
Yeah.
I know, I gotta fight that
Yeah.
because it's really hard. But I'm gonna do it. It's just gonna be tough.
Is there like, because I know there's like multiple show times. Is there a specific show time you'd recommend to where like does
Where it'd be
quality
the best?
ever like? Because like you get tired eventually.
I'd say, well, I feel like closing night usually is our strongest show actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, because everyone's like got to give it all they got for the last show.
Yeah, true.
And opening night usually is kind of rough because we're working out the kinks and stuff.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
This is like Luke Gordon. Like this, he's gonna be like the character Luke Gordon is finally gonna be shown to the world. You know what I mean?
Nice, yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
excited.
sensational.
Yeah, it'll be good. All right. Does that conclude our small talk then?
I think
Is
so.
that- is
Yeah,
that about
I think
everything?
it does.
Well, today I have a little bit of a game for us to play. We all like games here on this podcast, right? I think. Kind of, right?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
it's based off.
So this game, now,
You're getting a lot of emails, dude.
yeah, no, I'm getting a lot of emails.
How dare you?
The reason I thought of this game is because I think on this podcast I've kind of cemented myself as the kind of guy that is always having kind of crazy stuff happen and has some interesting stories to tell.
Oh, it's gonna be a game. Has this actually happened to you or not?
Wow.
So,
I'm sorry.
no, that's not it.
It is.
Welcome to a game I like to call Did or Didn't.
Did
a little game where
would or wouldn't, did or didn't.
Yeah. So basically, what you're gonna do is I wrote down a ton of scenarios here, and each scenario has 3 stories, and
Okay.
3 scenarios. I don't know. I kind of worded that weirdly. And you're gonna have to figure out which story actually happened
So it's like-
in my life.
This
So
is
it's like
my-
two
my-
truths and a lie, but
Yeah.
2 lies and a truth.
Yeah,
I guess.
My issue
essentially.
is I always do that where like someone's like this is what's gonna happen. I'm like, so is it this or this? And whenever I get it right, I'm like, I feel bad, but it's like I always do it. I don't know why. It's just like my first thing when someone's like, you guys know how this happens? It's like,
Yeah.
is this gonna be it?
Right.
Is there really that many stories that you haven't told us that has happened to you that you can make a whole?
Actually, yeah,
That's
I
wild.
made sure there are a couple in here where I was like, I don't remember if I talked about this one. So there might be a couple that, the first one anyway is gonna be like,
a gimme.
it's easy because
Yeah.
it was an example.
So how is this gonna work? Is it gonna be like how to is it go back and forth? Or?
No, you guys are just gonna work together to try and
Okay.
determine which one
Gotta
is,
beat the boss.
Yeah, is the right one.
Okay.
So we'll start off here again. This is just like the example one, so I'm sure you'll be able to figure out which one this is. A. Austin won a 3rd grade spelling bee with the final word being incomprehensibilities.
Actually, I think
B. Austin's original Gmail account got hacked, resulting in stolen information such as his grandma's credit card numbers, his social security and location, and many different passwords to other accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Feels
Or
too
C,
long.
before publishing Pilot Part 2, the second episode of the 3 Media Junkies podcast, Austin accidentally left his laptop and Nintendo Switch on the roof of his car, driving away with it up there and putting the future of the podcast at jeopardy.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Yeah.
Was that part 2? That I don't think that was part 2. Though.
It was, because remember, he was like, our livelihood is at stake. It was before he published it.
Yeah.
It wasn't after we recorded it, but it was after before he published it.
I don't remember that being part. I thought that was early. I thought that was later.
No,
I
it was after because we talked about it in Icebreakers. That's when
Oh, yeah.
That's when I
See how much I hate part 2? I don't remember anything that happened before
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This bagel's
Well,
so
well, that one obviously happened. We know that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That's what I mean. That's why that one's pretty easy. So you guys got that.
Oh,
one?
the email one is like, you made those sound pretty possible.
Yeah,
I
I,
didn't-
tried making them as specific as possible.
I feel like the second one I didn't believe as much.
Mhm.
The first one I actually kind of felt like as possible, but
Yeah. Okay. Question 2 or whatever you want to call it.
Number 2.
Number 2. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm eating marbles again.
At the age of 10, when visiting family in West Virginia, Austin and his cousin got lost deep in the woods. They traveled long into the night, eventually hitchhiking a ride from some hillbillies in the back of their van
Okay.
and finding their
No.
way home long after work.
Aw.
Or B, at his first shift ever at Cave, Austin elbowed a glass pitcher off the counter. It shattered into a million pieces and he got sent home early.
Oh!
Or C, Austin got jump scared so bad while playing Outlast that he fell out of his chair and suffered a concussion from hitting his head on his bed frame.
Oh, I don't actually know.
That last one sounds very plausible.
The B and C both do.
I mean,
Okay, probably not A.
I don't think it's B as much.
You know, well, I mean, Austin's kind of clumsy.
I mean, he is, but last one sounds very plausible because he did talk about how that's one of the scariest games. He's
Yeah, I believe that he probably got jump scared, but I don't know about like concussion.
a lot of things happen.
Yeah, a lot of things do happen. That is
it
true.
But again, he said concussion, which makes it less believable.
Yeah.
So which one?
You know what? I think
I think we should go with different answers on this.
I believed the second one up until he got sent home early because I feel like they
Yeah.
wouldn't send him home for breaking a glass pitcher.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with C.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the last one too.
You guys are wrong.
What?
It is A.
What?
That, that happened.
No.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding? Okay, now I gotta tell the
went
story.
into the back of a van with of hillbillies.
I swear when I was doing this is one of the ones where I was like, I think I told this story already.
No, you never
But
told us this
apparently
ever.
not. Yeah, I went to visit my cousin when I was like 10. He lives in West Virginia, obviously.
I'm animating this in my head as you speak.
And we went out to the woods. We were just messing around because his house was like in the middle of like nowhere, basically in the middle of the woods. So his backyard was just like the entirety of West Virginia. Like
Wow.
if you get lost, you're lost.
Incredible.
So we went out and we were just exploring, having some fun. And then I forget exactly how it happened, but we got like turned around and then we tried finding our way back and then we just couldn't. And then, it started getting dark out and our parents tried finding us and they were like yelling.
Oh no, that's scary.
They were like yelling our names. We could hear it from afar.
That's
and
terrifying. I would hate that.
we were stupid kids. So like when you get lost, what you're supposed to do is stay in one place.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Running
not
around.
what we did.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
tried
well, yeah.
finding them instead of the other way around. So eventually, it was like late into the night. We saw all kinds of things. We saw bear poop. We saw there was this like in like this place in the woods where there was like a bunch of horses for some reason.
Creepy.
They were just like wild horses just chilling.
Oh, like a
Um,
clearing or something?
And then we stumbled upon a farm at one point.
Oh.
And I decided maybe I can get over there and like ask for help from like somebody that's living at the farm or something if there's anybody over there.
Do you ever
Couldn't
feeling
tell.
panicked or you just kind of like...
Oh, we were very scared.
Yeah, okay.
We were horrified.
I would not
Yeah.
live through this.
So to get to this farm, I would have to cross through this pen, which had there was a fence, but it wasn't like a normal fence. It was just like a little fence that had like 3 wires. And I was
Right,
like,
okay,
oh,
okay.
that's kind of weird.
Are they
that-
barbed wires?
No, they
Okay.
were just like normal like wires. I was like, that's interesting. I would think that a pen would have more, security than that, but okay. So I decide to climb over this fence.
Yeah.
And when I touch it, I get
Oh no!
zapped.
Okay.
You can see my skeleton like flashing.
yeah. It was like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It was one of the weirdest feelings that I've
Bet
ever
it,
felt.
Yeah,
I always
bet.
wondered what being shocked would feel like.
It's like it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But it was very scary. And then so we keep walking, and at this point we don't even know if we're in West Virginia anymore. We were like, we're probably in another state at this point. But eventually we stumble upon this like rundown like little house with like some hillbillies having like a bonfire.
Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah,
but,
why would you talk to them?
But anyway, we were like, we need help. Thank God my cousin knew his address.
And thank goodness these people weren't like criminals. Like,
yeah.
Maybe if they were criminals, we wouldn't have this podcast.
Well, I mean, not maybe.
Yeah. So I swear we rode back to his house in the back of these people's van. I don't know how we didn't get murdered.
Yeah, seriously.
We got in a lot of trouble.
Well, yeah,
I bet.
Because we probably almost died a couple
So
times.
you were already traumatized, and then you're like,
yeah,
I'm mad at you now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it wasn't great, but yeah, it's like probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in terms of like storytelling wise.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. So I almost died in
I didn't know that about you. That's what's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do in that scenario. I feel like I would be so defeated. Like I get so nervous about like darkness and being lost and stuff. Like,
yeah, it was. It was bad.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay. Are you ready for the third one?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Option A. Austin sung "I Got a Feeling" by the Black Eyed Peas at a karaoke session 3 years ago, and no one clapped.
Aw.
Option B. At a very young age, Austin fell down the stairs and broke his dominant arm. Or C. During editing the episode Pilot Part 2, Austin was so bored that he wrote down a scenario based on alternate reality where his laptop really was destroyed and the podcast was ended before it started, preventing the episode from ever being published.
Huh.
I definitely feel like that's plausible.
I think so, but it also feels like it's too possible.
Yeah, true.
What was B again?
At a very young age, Austin fell down the stairs and broke his dominant arm.
That one also feels
I feel
really
like you would have told us that
possible.
definitely.
I don't know. I feel like that one could be, just anytime. The karaoke one is interesting. Because it's more. I'm trying to think. I feel like at this point, it's like the more crazy ones are the ones that are more possible to actually happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And now that you said that, I don't even know which one's possible anymore.
Yeah,
After you said the
it's
hillbilly
hard.
one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
Really
good one.
threw you off.
That was a good one to put like early on.
Yeah.
Holy. I feel like you would have. Now I don't even know if I feel like you would tell us these things.
And we do know that
anymore,
Austin
too.
is pretty fearless about singing, which kind of I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm
Like
fearless
on
about singing?
the Christmas episode, he just started singing, and I was like, whoa! I didn't think he'd
It's
just start singing.
definitely the karaoke one.
I don't
Not-
remember that. When was I singing?
You remember?
We were like,
the,
we can't play the Christmas song. We were ranking Christmas songs. So we can't play them, but we'll sing them.
Oh,
And then you started. I was
okay.
like, whoa!
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought he was talking about the when we were playing the game.
and
when
the
we were
the
spinning wheel.
toothbrush musical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with singing when it's like comedic.
Yeah, I guess so.
But when it's actually to
sure,
be good.
sure. Yeah, that is true. I don't know. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say you probably broke your arm. I'm gonna say that's
Okay.
probably what it was.
What are you thinking? Henry?
I feel like it's either broke your arm or the last one. Maybe I don't know about karaoke at all though. I don't feel like you've ever done karaoke.
You just don't give off
Yeah.
karaoke vibes.
So what's your one choice?
yeah,
Your
the One Piece.
I want to say the last one.
Last one. Luke is right.
Yay!
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's sad though. I mean,
Yeah. I broke my arm. Well, I mean, most of these stories are pretty tragic. So.
yeah, that is true.
Um,
Yeah,
Except for the Black
remember,
Eyed Peas
these
one.
are-
Yeah.
that's the whole point of these. Is
no, there are some in here that some of the answers are like big things that I've been wanting to talk about for a while.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And some of them are like personal stories about me. So you're gonna learn a lot about me in this episode.
So you just broke your arm. So
Yeah,
that's it?
just broke my arm. It was my again I mentioned my dominant arm. So thankfully,
Your favorite arm.
I was only in like kindergarten, so we didn't have to do a whole lot of writing. Don't even know if I knew how to write at that point anyway. So nothing.
That's good.
Nothing.
I've,
was really
I've
harmed.
never broken a bone or anything.
Really.
Which is kind of crazy because like I'm so skinny. Like my bones are just that's it. You know
Yeah.
what I
I've
mean?
also
Yeah.
never broken anything.
Wait, the Black Eyed Peas wrote "I've Got a Feeling."
Yeah,
didn't-
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry to anyone who thinks that "Boom Boom Pow" is a good song, but that's the only song that I knew by them.
Boom, boom,
and remember when I was
pow.
little, I was like,
Boom, boom,
it's a
boom.
weird
I love
song.
I Got a Feeling. That's one of my
It's a
favorites.
good
Yeah, I
song.
Got a Feeling is
It's,
a
it's a
really
fun
good
song.
song.
But "Boom Boom Pow,"
Yeah.
like I feel
Isn't
like
that
the
just
most popular
gotta
ones
get
are always
that
like the
boom,
weirdest
boom,
ones.
Yeah. Okay. Number 4. Option A. Austin, due to a dare made by a fellow 5th grader, once ate a piece of gum stuck under a desk. He got deathly ill the next day and has forever blamed that piece of gum.
I don't think so.
Option B.
Deathly ill.
Option B. Due to a repeated lack of and return of interest, Austin has sold 2 of his Nintendo Switches, usually trading it in at GameStop for store credit. Or option C. Austin discovered that Santa wasn't real when he hid behind the downstairs couch on Christmas Eve, waiting to see Santa bring presents, only to find his parents doing it instead.
Oh no.
What? Okay, I'm gonna go with the second one.
Yeah, I think the second one too.
I don't.
What?
I remember
The
what it was.
last one is. Not expecting that for the podcast.
I think that I have. I think that there was one time where I wanted to wait for Santa, and my parents were like telling me, like, go upstairs. Like, no, you can't wait for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that was not expecting
Well,
that last one.
the point of that one would be they didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know. Yeah, but I was like, I'm just gonna wait for Santa, Mom and Dad, and they were like, okay.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
What was the second one again? Because I remember that one feeling believable.
Due to a repeated lack of.
Oh, yeah, the Switch thing.
Well, yeah, I know you don't. I know you've returned a lot of Nintendo Switches.
But I know you've returned game consoles before, which is
With
Ooh,
mostly
yeah,
Nintendo
you're right.
Switches.
so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with B for that one.
What are you going with?
I'm going with B as well.
Sorry,
That
someone's
is
being tortured
incorrect.
outside.
Don't tell
No,
me it's the last one.
It's
don't.
the last one.
No.
That's right. Yeah.
Poor Austin.
Yeah.
Poor
That's
young
how I
Austin.
discovered
That's
Santa wasn't
crazy.
real. I hid behind the couch.
Were you sad? Like, do you remember how you felt at the time?
I wasn't sad, but I was like kind of shocked a little bit.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Bro was-
I was kind of getting to the age where I was
you were
like,
like,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know.
How
about
long before
that.
you told your parents that you knew?
I've never told them.
Oh.
I've never told them. That's how I found out.
They still think I believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so number 5, option A. Austin's passion for writing stories first sprouted in 3rd grade when his teacher heavily complimented his work on an assignment where he was tasked with writing slash illustrating a picture book. The teacher even suggested finding a way to get it published, but the year ended before they could do anything. Option B. Austin got into a car crash with what was supposed to be his first car, a Honda Civic, given to him by his uncle. It was totaled. Or option C. At a young age, Austin nearly drowned at a pool party thrown by his aunt and had to be given the mouth-to-mouth procedure to spit up water, preventing him from breathing.
When you said
I
thrown
don't-
by your aunt, I thought that you meant she threw you
Oh, yeah.
into the pool.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think it's B
Okay.
Why?
because we've known him for years.
That is
and
true.
I feel like that would have been like a huge thing. Like he wouldn't have shown up to cross country or something.
And I remember
like
the
that,
badge car.
being there for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like you've had the badge car almost the entire time we've known you.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think we can roll B out. But what was A again?
A was Austin's passion for
Oh
writing
yeah, the writing
stories.
thing. Yeah, don't read the whole thing. It's too
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
That one had a lot more detail, so I'm gonna go with A for that one.
A, yeah.
That's the correct answer.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, there's no
Um,
way the B one happened.
What,
Yeah.
what was it about?
So the story, it was about this dog that didn't want to eat his vegetables, and he was
Okay.
like really fat. And the whole point of the story was his owner kept coming up with these elaborate schemes to trick him into eating healthy.
Oh, that is clever.
And it was like,
That's a good like loop of like
That
things.
sounds
Right,
like
yeah.
Garfield.
Yeah, it kind of
Garfield.
does.
it was kind of like a comic strip a little bit.
Yeah,
it was kind of
yeah.
goofy and silly.
That's neat. I like
Yeah.
that.
So that's the first story I've
John
ever written and
R.
where
Wow.
my passion came from.
You should like integrate that into like
You
one
should
of your,
integrate into your
one of like
recent
your
book.
first things you ever like publish or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, then like a game. Like that should be like an item you can get in the game or something.
Yeah.
You should put that in your the book that you're making right now.
I don't know how that would relate, but
I know.
I could.
Yeah, to the-
yeah,
to the-
I just think it'd be
I
funny.
could figure it out somehow. Okay, number 6. At a young age, Austin wrote a song for his new YouTube channel which described the fact that he thought dolphins were cool, he hated being in Boy Scouts, and he was sick of eating peas for dinner. Option
Wow,
B.
what a hardcore.
During his time in Boy Scouts, Austin once went on a 50-mile canoe trip through Pennsylvania, a trip that lasted an entire week and consisted of constant traveling by canoe, setting up camp, surviving in the wilderness. Or option C. Austin once lost a game of Uno and was so devastated that he spent weeks researching different strategies of the game, honing his skills and defeating all his enemies.
well,
I don't think you were ever in Boy Scouts.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting that the first one mentioned Boy Scouts because to me, like Austin writing this, being like, "Oh, I just remembered something about Boy Scouts that I could put in here as the answer."
I guess so, but I don't know. Again, I can't even say like I feel like you would tell us this because the
I feel
hillbilly
like
one. I feel
the
like that
rap
one.
one,
You'd
I
be
feel
like,
like you
hey
would've-
guys, I was in the back of a van
Yeah.
with hillbilly.
There's
in a
no
hillbilly
way
van
that
one
we would have
time.
gone this long and not heard your dolphin rap, so I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Although you should write that if it isn't true. I'm gonna go with B for this one. I think the canoe trip.
What
I
about
feel
you?
like the last one.
the Uno one.
Yeah.
Okay. Luke is correct.
Nice.
There's no way.
yeah.
I used some Lucology on that one. I
Yeah.
apologize. My
Uh,
secret weapon.
It was like one of our last.
Yeah,
big
this isn't
things.
fair. Luke has Lucology
That
on his
there was
side.
no logic. Well, it was different. There was no like. I think this is the right one because of this.
Yeah,
it was
there's,
all
like-
based on
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to
you
win
actually
this one.
writing it.
I think this
Yeah.
would be like my third game on the podcast I'll lose.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't say.
Surrendering.
I've won every single other one.
Well, this
except
also
for
isn't like
3.
competitive. You guys are supposed to be
Yeah, we're
helping
working
each
together.
other.
So I helped you out there, buddy.
You didn't help me at
There's
all.
no way we can lose this one unless we lose. Wait, how do we win?
I'm just meaning
You don't
game.
really win or lose, I guess.
Okay.
You just kind of like
I
figure it
wasn't
out.
saying it was a
Right.
competition. I was just saying game.
Yeah.
Game. Number 7. A few weeks ago, Austin wrote a multi-paragraph letter to Markiplier requesting to be a future guest on the Power Wash Piles podcast, detailing why he would be a good fit alongside the talent consistently
Wow, so
appearing as guests.
you wanted to be against us. That's cool.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
seriously.
that's the right one. Option B, in an attempt to pull an all-nighter and level up his criminal organization in GTA Online, Austin once drank 3 Red Bulls in one night, eventually throwing up and laying on his bathroom floor for an hour. Or option C, Austin buried a time capsule 4 years ago in a field next to his house, with the open date being December 25th of 2032.
That I feel like you would show us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also your house doesn't have that many fields by.
No, there's a field. There's a field right next to it.
Yeah.
Sand truck.
Oh, that. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
I thought you meant like right next to your house.
No, just
No.
down the
Okay.
street.
Then I'd say
Wait, where? Did you say?
Down the street from my house.
Oh, yeah.
the big open field.
Yeah, I know what you're
That's by the
I
hill
feel
we
like
run
you would
sometimes.
like be interested in showing us that.
Yeah.
What was the? I think that the one about where the second one was.
The all-nighter and the Red Bull.
I think that one. I think
That one?
you'd be the kind of person to do
Yeah,
that.
I think that one.
You both are incorrect.
Oh no.
It's
Is
the
it-
first one.
Okay.
Wait, what was the first one?
The writing a letter to Markiplier about wanting to
You
be a
did?
guest. I did
How
do that.
dare
Why would
you?
you do that?
I did do that.
How dare
Because I want to
you?
be on the podcast.
How?
And
You know.
I want
Did
to
he
get,
respond?
Not yet. I've sent him the same letter, copy and pasted, for multiple days. I'm gonna keep doing it until I get a
Nice.
response.
He's
I-
gonna be like, I never want to hear from you
Stop.
again.
Yeah.
Please.
I've been trying different methods of trying to get in contact with him, but he's very hard to get in contact
do
with.
that.
He sounds very busy, you know.
Yeah, he is very busy working on like
Listen,
a movie and
he
stuff.
might ban you from buying tickets to the movie.
Listen, I keep thinking about this. Like, could you imagine if like Markiplier or like the Game Grumps showed up to my musical?
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
you have to
Ah,
think.
yes, the game.
You got to get
Grumps.
them.
You
Tell
have to
them.
think. This isn't just about me liking Markiplier. If any one of us gets on that podcast,
Yeah.
this podcast will get so much publicity.
Exactly.
True.
But yeah, I the things I detailed in the letter is
I'm
like
sure he might let
the reason I
shout
think
out.
he should, bring me on is because he talks with a lot of guests that already have like the success that they're looking for, but he doesn't have the perspective of someone that's still working towards that.
Exactly.
I bet if
And
he
still
saw
kind
that,
of-
he'd be like,
Right,
And then if that happens, we can't end the podcast.
Exactly.
He'd be like, that's very interesting.
And see, that's like
It's very
And now
interesting,
I feel
Austin.
like now we have the thing. You can't really.
Markiplier just seems like the kind of guy that would bring like a random fan onto a podcast,
Yeah.
Probably.
Especially Power Wash Pals. It's not like his signature career or
Very true.
Yeah.
his,
Although he
prize-
probably also has a lot of guests lined up. We need to get Mama Player on Power Wash Pals.
Oh,
Either
we
that
do.
or this podcast.
We do, yeah.
That'd
Or
be-
this podcast.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
We need to get Mama
Yeah.
Player here.
Yeah.
Before Mark.
Yeah.
Before Mark, Mark. is
She'd
cool.
probably respond to an email.
I mean,
Probably.
Mark is cool and all, but like Mama Player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'll start talking to his mom then.
Yeah,
I'll-
good idea.
Yeah, I'll
Wanna talk
get
to
in
your
contact
mom.
with his mom.
I've been in contact
I'm
with
gonna
your mother.
switch gears here.
Yeah.
I've been in contact with your mother recently.
Yeah. Number 8, option A, as his final senior project for the media community.
Nice one.
Wow.
Meaty kibby
I'm going to restart. As his final senior project for the media communications class that Austin participated in, Austin directed and starred in a Western short film based off the prologue of a book he is working on.
Oh, that's
Option B, Austin and his friends were once ambushed by a snowball assault from another group of kids, getting pummeled by layers and layers of snow and having to walk a mile home in the freezing cold.
Aw.
Or option C, Austin was so paranoid from the horror movie The Strangers that he once thought his grandma was an intruder breaking into the house and nearly dialed 911.
I feel like the last one is plausible.
Yeah, because you do have a lot of stories where you were like nervous about things that were kind of weird. Like I was that way when I was younger too.
Mm-hmm.
The issue with the first one is because again, I know I say this a lot, but like I feel like he would tell us a lot of stuff. But again, with the hillbilly thing, but I feel like that's something you would like be like, hey guys, I'm gonna be doing this because I feel like you'd be really excited to tell us about
true.
that.
I feel like you'd be passionate about that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though. If not, that'd be a kind of a cool thing to do.
If that is something you did, then
but
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
be
with the
very
last one.
sad that you didn't tell us.
The last
that.
one was the most plausible.
Yeah.
Because like
Better
I know
first
that
one better not
when
be-
I was younger, I would like
beat you
hide
up.
under the bed and stuff when there were people I didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Both of you are incorrect.
Oh no.
It is the first one.
I'm gonna beat you up for not telling us. That would have been so
Yeah, that
cool
is
to hear
cool.
about.
So-
When I was writing it, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't tell them about this?
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah,
like
you
it is something that I worked on for weeks and weeks and like obsessed
Yeah,
over.
I thought
Right,
you would
right.
have told us.
But
that's
somehow-
why.
Is that part of why like we've been having to push back the podcast and stuff because you've been working on that or no?
Maybe.
Just
I don't remember.
A lot of okay.
But yeah, it was just, well, I think that was back when we were recording on the weekends, so I do remember because we recorded
That was then?
we recorded the short film on a Saturday, I think. So I think we did have to reschedule the pod at some point,
okay.
and that was because that's weird that I never mentioned it.
Hmm.
But yeah, Hunter's very betrayed right now.
Well,
I am upset. I feel like you would.
you have an interesting habit of like separating parts of your life from other. You know what
yeah, it's just like,
But I feel like that was something that you would like
I mean,
tell
it's
us
not
because
like-
it's
I wanna see
it's a
it.
prologue of your book.
I mean? I don't know
Right.
much about your book. Anyway, like I don't know what it's about or anything.
Right.
Well, I mean,
And I will
it's a
eventually.
western.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like I intentionally didn't tell.
I know.
How-
It's not like
I'm gonna. You know,
It
what?
is cool though.
I'm gonna show up to your house.
which
I-
you can watch it. It's on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Not on this account, but
I'm
on,
gonna show up to
on a
your
different
house.
account.
It's called
I'm
Austin
pretty happy with
Bashkar.
how it turned out. Number 9, option A. In a group project for his media communications class, Austin's car
Media
ran out of gas with the entire crew inside, and he had to walk over a mile to a
The
gas
gang.
station with an empty bottle while the others stayed back to protect the gear.
Huh.
Option B. Austin's second creative spark was when he was pulled aside during class by a couple of his teachers, where they complimented a short story he had written for an assignment, with more talk of pursuing publication. But again, the school year ended before anything was made of it.
He's already told us this one though.
Or
right?
option C. Austin once dressed up as Raphael, one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for Halloween. It was so cold, however, that he was forced by his grandma to wear a coat under his costume, which made him look more like a bloated frog than a Ninja Turtle.
Aw.
Yeah.
I
think that's a lot.
I feel like B is a red herring because it's like
He already told us that story.
He did?
Literally, yeah.
Well,
He just told us that-
the third grade one.
oh yeah that's
Yeah.
what I mean. I think that like that it wouldn't be like a part 2. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I think that the last one would be
The last one seems definitely like grandma behavior.
yeah
Yeah.
big grandma energy.
So you guys are right and you guys are wrong.
Why?
Because there's only one in this scenario that is actually wrong.
Oh, really?
Which is the first one. The second one about the short story is right, and the bloated Teenage Mutant Ninja
Oh, they were
Turtle
both right.
is right. Yep, they're both
interesting.
right. Yeah,
The first one was
um,
pretty creative though.
yeah, yeah.
that'd be cool.
yeah. So those are the two right ones. Yeah.
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 This is actually cool because you get to like show off your like storytelling side, but also some of your creativity and like the other
I
ones
know,
that are.
like my origin story. You know.
No,
It's like-
but I mean like
Okay.
that, and also showing off like how creative you can
Okay,
make the other
Dexter.
options that we
Oh,
don't guess.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Okay, Dexter, original sin.
Hey,
Dexter.
what is that?
Nice
What?
reference.
Yeah. Okay, so let me mark these ones off.
It's Christmas break.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10.
I know. I'm so
I
excited.
know.
Right?
I just remembered.
Number 10.
You just remembered.
Sorry, yeah. Austin's bringing us back.
Option A. Only a few days after obtaining his store-bought hermit crabs, they all escaped their enclosure, and Austin had to find out where they were
Nope.
hiding in his room.
Yeah, that one's wrong.
That
Option
one's
B. Austin once got food poisoning from McDonald's and had explosive diarrhea all over his bed in his sleep.
Ew.
Or option C. Austin stayed up until 4 in the morning on a school night, waiting for the PS5 to be released, for which there was a $1 in a million chance of purchasing before they sold out everywhere. He not only somehow managed to buy one, but a week later also did it again and gave the second PS5
To his
to his cousin.
You
was
said
C.
that. You said that one already.
I've
Yeah,
said
you
that
told
one
us
before.
already. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I
yeah,
finished
that
it.
one.
I definitely didn't believe the hermit crabs because that's
Yeah, you
one
would've that would've been part of
that
the
one I
story.
know 100% you would have told us
Yeah.
because you told us everything about.
Although
the
I
hermit
will
crabs.
say that
For
seems
the
like
most
something they
part.
would do.
It does. They are a
Yeah.
little rambunctious
They are
bunch.
rascals.
Yeah, that is a very yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they ran away, bro. You could have caught them all before they even got to
Yeah.
the floor.
Yeah.
Dude.
Number 11. Austin read every Goosebumps book numerous times as a kid, so much so that he kept the entire collection on his bookshelf for years, which took up 3 entire shelves. B.
Goobumps.
At a trip to Cedar Point with his family, Austin put his arms in the air when rocking through a tunnel on the infamous Magnum roller coaster.
And lost
Somehow,
both
a
his
perfectly timed motion to catch his uncle's phone, who had been sitting a few seats ahead of him, the phone having lifted from his pocket and soaring through the air at light speed. Or option C.
Light speed.
The only
okay,
time that
bro.
Austin ever went to church, someone farted extremely loud, and Austin couldn't contain himself enough to stop from laughing, enough for everyone to hear, even if only
Probably
for a
that
second.
one. I'm gonna
I
go
think
probably
he
C.
said this before, actually, but I do not remember for
The
a
church
fact.
one?
It might have been off podcast if he did tell us.
I think probably C. Oh yeah, because we did have a big talk about religion one time.
Yeah, I think he did say this one time. Yeah, I think it might have been off podcast though, but
I
I'm
think
not sure.
C. I think I'm gonna go with the last one. Yeah.
I'm gonna go C.
Incorrect. Then, right?
No, what is it?
Nope. It
I
is
thought
the
you might have
second
told
one
us.
about catching my uncle's phone.
That's cool.
That is one of the craziest things that's ever happened
Dude,
to me
you
as
are
well.
so impressive.
I might have.
It was like pure luck. That's something me and my uncle like talk about every time that I see him, because it's like I caught a phone on a roller coaster.
Wow. Is that why you
Yeah.
love roller coasters so much?
That was my first time at Cedar Point, I think.
Oh,
so.
Hunter doesn't like roller coasters. I forgot.
Yeah, I
But
hate
I do want to
roller
go to Cedar
coasters.
Point with you guys at some point.
Yeah,
I'll just sit there and watch you guys go. Up.
Yeah.
I love
roller coasters too. I really do want to go. I haven't gone with friends in a long
Yeah.
time. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what roller coaster was that you?
The Magnum XL, I think it's
That's
called.
the one I have. It's the only one I haven't gone
That
on.
one's great.
Because they just keep running
It's
out
a
of time.
classic.
But yeah,
It's so good. It has one of like the scariest hills too.
the only
It's
one
crazy.
that I was like, because I love roller coasters. I think they're super fun. But the only one that I was like kind of freaked out by was the Millennium Force. Like going
Oh,
up.
I love that one.
It's really
So
fun,
good.
but like going
Yeah.
up there, I was like, oh, I can't up. I don't
Yeah,
like it. Nope, no
yeah.
more.
I think I might have heard that last one from somebody else then. 'Cause
I-
I felt like I've heard that story before from.
I've heard a lot
somebody.
of funny church stories actually.
All right, time for our last.
Our
scenario.
last
Last
one
one.
already.
Last one.
Last one.
Yep.
Jeez.
Austin went to wait, what? Oh, I said that wrong. Austin was a judge for a chili cooking contest in elementary school. Option B, in another trip visiting family in West Virginia, Austin was bit by a black widow. Or option C, during a walk with his dog, Austin was approached by what seemed to be a stray dog down the street, and it was very aggressive. Thankfully, Athena took to growling as well, scaring the dog away.
Probably
Athena is not a
C.
very scary dog at
Athena
all.
is scary. Remember when she ran into the room where we were recording?
That was not scary.
Barf, 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 barf.
Yeah. Barf, barf.
Yeah, that's not a dog.
Barf, barf,
Barf,
barf.
barfing everywhere. She ran in and started barfing all over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the best
My
silence ever.
issue is like that. Every time I laugh, I cough.
I know. I actually had a weird phase. Like I guess you just phase out of that. Anyway,
Well,
I
it's
think
just because I have a cough right now.
I know it's weird. Anyway, I think
Sometimes I
C.
do laugh.
I think Athena probably
What are you
did stand
thinking?
up to that stray dog.
It's the thing again. It's just not a scary dog,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. But like, I feel like she could be scary when she has to.
Yeah.
Be.
Did the stray dog look like this?
Yeah, that's what it
Let me
looked
let
like.
me see.
It was
Are you
called
sure?
It was called Earth Destroyer. That's the name.
I love that picture
I
of that
love her
dog.
so much. It's just like a
Yeah.
pit bull, average pit bull named Earth Destroyer. Just like
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Athena probably scared off the stray dog.
I guess so. Or
He was about to say incorrect. I could
or
hear
the
that.
first one. The chili
Which one? Go with your heart.
Yeah. What was the first one? The
I'm gonna
chili
go with my
cook-off.
heart. I think the chili one was the first one, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna switch to the chili cook-off one.
Okay.
What? You liar. You.
No, yeah. Go ahead. What is the answer here?
Your answer is cemented. You said the third one. The chili cooking one is correct.
Do you know one of the
Yeah.
why I changed it because I heard because I saw you open your mouth and you made the shape to say I.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, incorrect.
You know how
I
to
didn't even
read
notice
lips?
that.
I didn't. I don't. I just that
I
everything
didn't
fell
even
into
notice
place
that.
exactly
I was
at that
just
time.
trying to think of. Like, I just didn't think Athena would just be like that.
So you were an elementary school chili cook-off. Is that where
I
your
was.
love of chili started, or did you already love it before then?
It's the earliest memory of chili I think I have. So, but I got into it because I liked chili so much and I applied for
Yeah,
it.
I'd imagine.
So
What-
it was very nice. It
Did
was
you go to what elementary school did you go to?
West? Yeah.
I went there too,
Yeah.
and I don't remember a chili cook-off.
Well, we were in different grades too, so it might have happened at
guess
a
so.
different time. But yeah, there was like a.
I
chili-
also
It
don't
was in
remember-
like the gymnasium.
Dude, I don't remember.
He was
anything
one
from
grade
West.
off from you though. So like that's like
Well, you would have been. What grade was that? I think you would have been in. Wait, what did I say? What grade? Oh, I didn't say. I think it was like first grade.
oh so then
Okay,
yeah
so
he
I
would
would've
have
been in
yeah he definitely would have
kindergarten.
been kindergarten.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, do they? That's an elementary school doing a chili cook-off is weird. Like,
It is kind of weird.
And like first graders being the judge, like it tastes like chili. Like
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think I was like the only. I was a judge, but I was there with
That's
like my
funny.
parents.
Even
so,
from a
like,
young age, you were the judge.
I know.
You're always destined.
Yeah.
See, this is what we're talking about.
See,
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the judge
he was.
from Phoenix Wright
Yeah.
He was.
the entire time.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sure. I'm sure he likes chili.
I mean, he looks like a guy who likes chili.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe that's why he doesn't have any hair.
Because he wants to be chilly.
Ah.
That's
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, wait,
it's
what?
like he just really likes chili. That all his hair just fell out.
All right, that was a bit of a stretch.
That's a
yeah.
little.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of a
Yeah, yeah.
stretch.
Well, yeah. That was Did or Didn't.
I like that one.
Yeah, it was very chill. You guys
Very interesting.
did okay, I guess.
learned a lot about Austin.
Got to learn some more about me.
How many did we get correct?
I don't know. I wasn't.
Oh, I thought you were marking it
You
down.
No, I was just.
Marking the ones we already did.
Yeah.
I think we got them all correct.
I think so too. I think that's what I
I
remember.
guess so. I mean, I could be none the wiser.
That's what. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. You won't
it's
be
not like we
editing
can
this.
listen
You
back
won't be
to this or anything.
You won't be
Yeah.
editing this episode. Actually, what me and Luke did was we formed a rift, and we
Again?
refreshed time. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And
Let's not do
then
that.
we
Hey.
actually changed our answers.
We should get our thing.
I mean,
like that.
didn't
Yeah.
change our answers because they were already correct.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that'd
sorry,
be cool if we got it there.
Very interesting. So we're gonna go enjoy our Christmas break now, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
hey,
enjoy mine
Next
by,
episode
playing
will
video
be the
games.
Christmas special.
That is true.
So tune in
We'll be
on
record-
Christmas.
Oh,
it
yeah,
will be.
on
It will be
Christmas.
recorded at my house.
On Christmas.
On
Non-
Christmas.
We're
We're recording
I have
at your
to start
house.
saying on Christmas.
I've actually been
Remember,
saying
because
it.
we're doing it before Harry
That's right.
Potter.
This is the first
Yeah.
time it's been Christmas again since I started the podcast. It's
Yeah.
interesting
The first time. What are you talking about?
because it was the first time that it's been Christmas again. So like,
Well,
like
So our second.
You could
Yeah,
say
I
you could
guess-
say.
Well-
I mean, to be fair, you could say that about a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
it was
thinking-
it's the first time again for it to be Halloween.
I was thinking more like it's the first time that it's the second time that it's. I don't know why I worded
It's
it
the
like
first
that.
time that it's the second time.
Yeah.
I haven't said on God
It
in
has
a
a
while.
different feeling than I know. Yeah, your vocabulary has-
Vocabulary.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man, I'm falling apart today. That's not good. When I'm Willy Wonka, I have like to say there's like a song. Have you seen like what Charlie and Chocolate Factories have you seen, Austin? Like, have you seen?
Ooh, the really old one I saw.
I
You
think
gotta
I've
watch
seen
the
that
Johnny
one, too.
Depp one.
Really?
I prefer that one. People always have their opinions about it, but
Yeah.
I like the. I like
Well, I
the
saw
new
it
one.
as a kid, so I don't really remember a whole lot.
It's dark. Do you know?
I know the concept and like the story, but I don't remember the movie.
I can't say too much because I have to keep.
I
things
know the
secret.
kids are like being like there's some dark stuff going on.
Well, yeah,
Kids
the
die.
kids die. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's-
I second-handedly kill 4 children in.
Oh no!
Yes.
You are a purple guy.
Yeah, I'm
essentially.
really-
That's what I made the joke. That's
in a
what
William.
purple
that's
suit.
the exact
Yeah.
the exact joke I made to him.
Wow.
He said I kill 4 children. I'm like,
There were so
the
many.
man behind the
There
slaughter.
were so
Yeah.
many things that are perfect about this role for me, just because like Willy Wonka is they're a very Luke Gordon character, but also because the first character I ever played in theater, his name was also William, and this is probably gonna be the last thing I ever do theatrically because I don't want. It's not gonna be a thing where I want to go on with my life and do that.
Right.
But it is like. It's really fun, and
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
this is a great way I think to end it off too.
Right.
So that there's so many things that are just so great about it. It's still honestly it kind of feels like a fan fiction that I wrote about Barberton in high school. Like the
Yeah.
whole cast being the way it is. It's like the amount of things that had to fall into place for each person to be for their roles and for it to be
Right.
so perfect is like almost like incomprehensible how
Yeah.
crazy it is.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. Well, I'm very excited
It's
to
gonna
see
be
that.
good, yeah.
All of our listeners, make sure to go tune in. If
Please
you're a
do.
listener in like some other country or something, make sure
yeah,
to fly
over
in.
here.
Yeah,
Well,
fly-
my-
actually, once you fly over here, you'll understand everything we're saying. That's how it works.
yeah,
Yeah.
the language barrier. That's what
Yeah.
they call it. It's like a big force field.
Actually,
Right,
that's how
yeah.
it works. Is whenever you move to a different
Yeah.
country, you instantly learn the language.
Exactly.
My entire extended family is coming down.
Really?
So I really think that we could, if we try really hard and if we spread the word enough, we can get another sold out show. So make that our mission.
Oh
okay?
yeah, we'll do. We'll do.
All right.
Yeah, me and you should go.
We should probably end it
Yeah,
off
we
now,
will.
host, because I'm ready to get to Christmas breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas breaking.
Breaking
I'm trying to get to Christmas
breaking your
breaking.
arm. No,
Breaking
Don't-
Bad.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Break a leg.
You should watch that.
I should have a Christmas break.
Should break
That's
a
true.
break a leg though.
Yeah, I will break a leg, break my arm, break Christmas.
Yeah. All right. I think we're about ready to end it off. So if you'll, you know how to do it, right?
You're the
Yes,
host.
The thing.
we've been doing it for
Yep,
ever now.
You guys know how to do this little thing that we do, right? The 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think we've rehearsed it a few times.
You ready?
I think I'm
All
ready.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Do we have to do
3,
it?
2, 1.
Peace out, media
junkies.
Hold on.
Oh, come
Stop
on.
the train.
Sorry.
What?
Luke, what's going on?
I was thinking about other things. I was thinking about my rehearsing my lines for Willy Wonka.
Okay. So you can say it like Willy Wonka if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does Willy Wonka talk?
Like I do.
Okay.
He kind of actually just has my voice. Okay, go on.
Come on.
3, 2, 1.
Peace out, media junkies.